And one of the turn voices of IndyCar, you can hear him Sunday for the 500. Jake Query joins us from his perch. Good morning, friend.
How are you? It's always a pleasure here to start. It's an unusual carb day, but the party-like festivities of carb day kind of come back when I'm joined with Tracy Ford. So
I'm going to put my cutoff jorts on here in just a minute. We're going to crank up some sticks and some Kansas. So let's start with some traditional stuff. Let's start with the pole because it's such a legendary last name on the pole. What's that mean for the Andretti legacy?
Well, it's huge, obviously. This is the fourth time. It's interesting, Tracy. This is the 75th Indianapolis 500 start for the Andretti family, and the fourth time that Andretti starts on pole. Mario Andretti did it in 66, 67, and 87. So it's been 33 years. But Marco Andretti, who nearly won this race as a rookie in 2006, he's always been pretty strong at this track. He really struggled a year ago. His car was not good at all. And I think that left Marco really thirsting for being able to come back and have a good quality showing this year, and certainly that U.S. Conference car, Marco Andretti, is plenty fast. Now, the question is going to become, can you keep it clean for 200 laps? There's so much that goes into this race, avoiding trouble, not getting collected up in someone else's trouble. So that's all going to come into play, but there's no doubt about the fact that Marco is right there. And,
it's disappointing, I know, because that name is so synonymous with this track, and for all of this to happen in a year where the fans cannot be here, I know it's disappointing for everybody. That includes Marco Andretti.
Well, speaking of fans, fan favorite, Tony Kanaan, this was supposed to be sort of like his, for lack of a better pun, victory lap. But I was reading in a Washington Post just a couple days ago, he's rethinking that. This is no way for him to be sent off from the 500.
Yeah, Tony Kanaan,
who, by the way, would be an excellent client for WeGrowHairIndy.com. No question about that. But Tony Kanaan is a guy, you're right. Here's a guy that grew up in Brazil, lived in Florida, and then now calls Indianapolis home, married a woman from Indianapolis. His kids on the north side go to school here. So he is a Hoosier favorite, no question about it. And this is a track where he has led 14 different races, Tracy. Nobody has led more Indianapolis 500s than Tony Kanaan, who's done it 14 times. He's a one-time winner. The reality is his car is not where typically we are used to seeing Tony Kanaan. But he is somebody that is willing to go to the outside lanes and the outside groups here more so than anybody else and put his car where others may not do it. That's part of what has endeared him to fans. The reality is, and that ABC Supply Chevrolet that he's running doesn't have the straight line speed perhaps of other cars, so he's going to have to get creative. That's why it's always fun to watch Tony Kanaan.
Okay. Well, Olivia Ray gave us a great piece yesterday about the improvements that have happened to the track, impressing the likes of Tony Kanaan and others, the jumbo screens, the bathrooms, things like that. What have you noticed about these changes? And when there are fans, are these going to be some really wow factors for them when they are allowed back in?
The one thing I noticed, truth be told, is that the old porcelain props in the bathrooms that have been there since like 1930 have now been replaced by the state-of-the-art props that one could ask for. But the video boards are a big part too. I mean, there are video boards now. It's, for me personally, calling the race, and I'm up here in turn, I don't know if you can see the view, Tracy, I could probably move around, but the view here in turn number 3 is spectacular, but having a huge video board is a big help. And I know that that's the case for fans as well, and they'll see that, the high-def boards that allow them to see the running list as the race is going on. But a lot of fresh paint, brand new fencing put up. So all of the things, there's a combination here. You want to make sure that you're historic and nostalgic when you have a venue that's over 100 years old, but you also want to make sure that you're keeping up with the times and keeping everything spruce and new and safe. And I think that they've done exactly that. A lot of new yellow paint, a lot of new black and white paint. So it just, everything has kind of had a facelift, and I think people will be excited about it.
And quickly, I know you're busy, but you talked about it, the jumbo being a big help. But Scott Sander asked me yesterday, do you still get help? Do you still get your spotter up there, considering what's happening?
That's a great question. Number one, I'm not really that busy, but I appreciate you having the faith in me that I have things going on. We do not have a spotter. My spotter this year was supposed to be Bo Borowski. He is not able to do it because they're limiting the number of people that come in. So when I'm up here, the entire view, it's up to me. So when they go into turn number 3, the apex of the turn, and I turn to the right, if something happens entering turn number 3, I'm kind of at a loss there because I don't have that person helping me out. So I'll be up here all by my lonesome. It's something I'm very, very used to. So, business as usual, right? I'll try to get you the full view. I don't know if this works or not. Did you see?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? So there's turn 3, and then they go all the way around. And then that goes 5/8 of a mile down into turn number 2. So I'm responsible for about half of there as they move their way around through turn 3, and then I drop it to Chris Derry in turn number 4. You probably lost me there. I don't know.
No, you're there. Appreciate it. Hey, I'm going to continue my Indy 500 tradition, which is I turn you on, I turn on Denary, I turn on the whole thing, and then I clean my garage, and then the last 50 laps, I stop cleaning, and I concentrate intently on what you're going to be saying. Always appreciate your work, man. Appreciate your time. Stay safe. Hope to see you soon.
All right, Casey. Appreciate
It's a friendship. Be good.
All right. WIBC, Hank FM. You can catch him and the team. It's Scott Sanders said yesterday, listening to them, it is such world-class broadcasting because they're going each corner, one to the next, to the next, to the next. It's like a dance. They're just, you don't have to be a race fan to appreciate how well these guys do their job.
I don't think so either. And I feel like beautiful skies on the right. I know a lot of people are missing it, but, you know, do what you can to still celebrate and have that passion and enjoy for sure.